What's up, champs? Welcome back to the Catch a Hint podcast. This week we have a lot of video footage, so if you're watching on Spotify or YouTube, you'll be able to enjoy the video footage overlay of this week's podcast. If you're just listening, no worries, you'll still enjoy. So I want to get into FPV drones, right? The whole reason I'm kind of doing all this, right, is building these technical advanced drones that have no automated flying system. It's fully manual controls from the pilot. It's really advanced flying, but it's really fun, right? And I've actually made some money doing it, right? But I want to get more into it this week. You're gonna watch a lot of freestyle footage that I caught over the weekend here, and this is a great example. This video here of I finally got my drone feeling crispy, feeling 100% flying how I want it. I'm comfortable with the tune because you can adjust the tune on the drone to be more or less aggressive on stick movement, and you can make like smaller stick movement do different things to the drone. It's very advanced, but it's called PID tuning, PID tuning. If anyone's has any experience with PID tuning in machinery or anything like that, but yeah, I want to show just some of this freestyle footage because I get at this comments a lot of people saying that it makes them dizzy and it's hard to watch, right? Because there's so many flips and rolls and maneuvers. And I think if you understand how the drone moves and like if you've practiced like I have and you appreciate how it's like a hard maneuver to pull off, and then you're able to follow kind of how that maneuver is done, I don't think it makes it as dizzy. I think it's easier to watch. Obviously not everyone's at that level, right? And I much prefer posting the cinematic, smooth, satisfying to the eye-catching footage, right? I'd rather post that because that is generally easier for the average population, the average viewer to soak in, right? But this freestyle footage is important because it gets me as a pilot better. It's more for improving your skills as a pilot, right? Refining your skills. And I looked up ChatGPT real quick. It's kind of the hot thing, right? So I kind of looked this up. I was like, what are some stereotypes of drone FPV pilots, right? And I wanted to go through these, okay? And the first one they got here is tech enthusiast. FPV drone pilots are often seen as tech-savvy individuals who are interested in the latest gadgets and technology. That's fair. Risk takers. Due to the nature of FPV drone flying, which involves flying at high speeds and performing daring maneuvers, some people may perceive FPV pilots as risk takers or adrenaline junkies. Yep.
Nothing too bad.
Antisocial. Damn, you don't have to call me out like that. FPV drone pilots may be seen as people who spend most of their time alone flying their drones and not interacting with others. Interesting take. Young generation. The FPV drone community is often seen as a younger generation hobby, with many pilots being teenagers or young adults. I check that box. Male dominant. The FPV drone community is perceived as a male-dominant hobby with very few female pilots. That's accurate, and I also check that box. Well, yep, this ChatGPT seems to be spot on. 5 of the 5 stereotypes of a drone FPV pilot I fall directly under. Would you imagine that? Interesting. Okay, well, let's get back to this. So, I go to these parks with fun gaps and stuff, and I practice tight flying in tight quarters, right? Because if you're flying on a client site, let's say you're capturing a clothing store, right? And you need to showcase the men's section, the women's section. Let's say they have a cool little outfit on a banister, right? And you need to do an orbit really close to it to get that detail of the dress or something, let's just say, right? So you're flying around subjects. You don't want to hit anybody. And you want to get really close to the subject so you can capture that detail, because GoPros they have great quality if you're really close to the subject. You want to get as much detail as possible because FPV drone shines at being an immersive tool, and it makes you feel like you're right there, right? So obviously, and look how beautiful this footage is here, man. Like the sky was so clear. such a good day. But that's why you need to practice. You need to go on sites like this, and you need to do tricky maneuvers, and being able to maneuver your quad in a way that you don't hit things is a very important skill and factor if you're going to be going around asking for money, doing this as a profession, right? You need to do tricky maneuvers so you're still good at the fundamentals, right? So like I'm doing all these cool things, but when I go to a client, I'm not going to be doing any of this stuff. I'm not going to be flipping around and stuff. Maybe I will. Maybe if it's more of an outdoor car shoot, we do some dives, we do some rolls and like falling down and doing a backflip to showcase a car. Like there's definitely maneuvers like that on shoots, and just the more well-rounded your tool bag is, the better off you're going to be on a shoot. So practicing weekends like this, I just wanted to showcase this footage kind of behind the podcast today. And if you have the privilege to watch on YouTube or Spotify, you can tune into some of this footage. But it's just me. Like I went out and flew 4 batteries at this site. Didn't crash once. Didn't even hit anything once. Knock on wood. So like I'm getting better. It took me 2 to 3 years of flying constantly and crashing and breaking and building new drones. You need to be very persistent. If I were to go back and tweak ChatGPT a little bit, you need to be a persistent individual that doesn't give up, because you're going to break a lot of things. You're going to be waiting months for parts that you need to complete a drone. You have a full complete drone, but you're waiting on one bad motor, right? It's a tough hobby, but when you nail it, and when you have a weekend like I just had, it's one of the most satisfying, fun things that I've ever done. So it's like, that's what I'm doing, right? That's why I'm doing FPV. And I just wanted to dive into kind of a little deeper into FPV, because it's confusing to people, and people don't understand why I'm doing tricks around this building with going through gaps that are risky, that there's no reason to go through it, right? I mean, like, it's just, there's so many reasons, and I'm building a tolerance for what I'm capable of doing as a pilot and what I'm not capable of doing as a pilot. And if I keep doing weekend practice runs like this, I'm going to get better, and my tolerance for what I can and can't do is going to get higher, right? And I'll be more comfortable and crash less. And eventually we're going to get to the point where we're going to be like long-term, we're talking here, long-term. We'll have higher paying clients flying bigger drones with a cinema grade cameras on them, which means bigger, more fun projects and jobs, bigger paying jobs, more fun footage. I mean, it's just, that's long-term goals. So right now I just need to refine my GoPros, and I think the coloring in this, you can comment below, please, but I think the coloring in this footage is amazing. And the coloring, the 10-bit color on this GoPro is outstanding. So for now, this is more than great for any social media work and any marketing footage that's going to be just on social medias. This is outstanding. Like, this could be on par with some cinema grade cameras. But if you're doing this more for a more professional industry with bigger blown up displays, and you really care about the detail, then yeah, you're going to want to use a cinema camera, right? But for what I'm trying to do in my marketing goals right now, my target audience, GoPro footage is just like this, coloring is incredible, and this is going to suffice. So that's kind of where I'm at. This is Apex Capture as a company. This is my future. Is FPV specialty videos that really give great marketing tools for companies to hopefully bring more customers in the door because of a fun video that they saw. And I need to get better at graphic designing on videos, and I need to get better at reaching out to people. But there's always places for growth, and I think number one, but my backbone of my company is practicing and getting footage like this. So for now, you guys who follow me on social medias, you're gonna have to deal with these freestyle fun videos, because that's going to be me practicing until I get some more opportunities to make more money. And that's pretty much where I'm at. Slow and steady wins the race. Never give up. I am having an absolute blast flying FPV. But thanks for tuning in and watching some of my footage here. If you guys watched any of this, appreciate it. Come on, keep giving me some comments and some questions you guys might have of drones, of FPV, of filmmaking in general. That's kind of where I'm at right now. So I'm going to stay flying, stay building. I keep building. But it is so much fun because now I fully understand a start to finish drone and what I need to get it flying. And it took me years to figure that out. But now that I'm there, I feel really powerful and confident that I can fix a drone at any point and get it flying. And it's just a really comfortable spot that I'm in, and I'm finally here. So after years of hard work, I finally feel like I'm in more of a comfortable spot. So that's really exciting. But I'm going to wrap it up here. I hope you guys have an incredible work week. Thanks for watching. Honestly, give me a like, share my content if you enjoyed it. I much appreciate it. I love y'all. Peace out.